Apparently this video's subject, thinks that a scientific theory that has proven very useful for a very long time and has proven accurate countless times is in fact wrong. So what sort of medical background or training does he have that would allow him to make such a claim? Let's start off by seeing what that DC after his name actually stands for. Oh, he's a chiropractor. So, how much training is he likely to have in microbiology, immunology, or literally anything involving germ theory?
That would be none.
Correct. However, that doesn't necessarily prove that he's not onto something. The fact that I'm featuring him on my channel proves that.
Hey everyone, Dr. Mike here. I'm going to talk about a little thing that really makes me angry, and it's called the germ theory.
Yeah, I'll sometimes get angry at things I don't understand too. The difference is I'll actually make an effort to understand them instead of simply making a YouTube video saying they're wrong. Unless, of course, they actually are wrong, which is why this channel exists.
Now, I think the germ theory is a bunch of BS. And I'll be honest with you, the reason I think it's a bunch of BS is the germ theory has been around since the 1860s. That's around 160 years.
So does that mean you don't trust anything that's really old, like most religions, for example? Or maybe, oh no, please do not trot out that ridiculous argument anti-evolutionists use.
It's still a theory.
You cannot be serious right now.
If the germ theory was true, they would have proved it by now. It's a theory still.
Will someone please explain to Dr. Mike what scientific theory actually means? Although the fact that he can put doctor in front of his name and doesn't already know doesn't speak well for chiropractors.
Let me tell you why the germ theory is wrong.
I'm a quiver with anticipation.
We are around germs all day long. There's germs on our hands, there's germs on our tables, there's germs on everything we touch. If germs made us sick, we would be sick all the time. That is not the case.
Believe it or not, that last part is right. Specifically the "that's not the case" part. The reason why that part is right is because his understanding of germ theory is wrong. You see, according to germ theory, there are some germs and other microbes that can cause illness in humans and other living things. Not all of them by a long road, just like not all chiropractors cause stupidity-induced headaches.
Our immune system is what dictates whether we're sick or not, because our immune system is what fights off those germs and doesn't allow them to become diseases inside of us.
Mikey, do you realize you just contradicted yourself? If germs didn't make us sick, our immune systems wouldn't have to respond to them. Now, admittedly, there are cases where the immune system hyper-responds to things that won't necessarily make the body sick otherwise. That's generally referred to as an allergic reaction.
If the germ theory were true, all members of the same family would be sick at the same time. Now, we know that's not true because in a lot of families, one kid gets sick way more often than the other kid. Those kids are around the same germs all day long. Why aren't they both sick? Why don't they both have the same problem?
Geez, Mikey, I'm starting to wonder if you even understand your own argument. While yes, your hypothetical kids are two different people with two different immune responses to the same germs, that does not mean that it isn't the germs making one of them sick. Also, despite the fact that they may live in the same house, you're not allowing for the fact that they probably have different classes and different interests and activities outside of work and home. Man, I've seen flat earthers make better arguments than this guy.
But see, the germ theory perpetuates something that drug companies like. Because when they have the germ theory, they can treat the symptoms. They can go after the quote-unquote germ with antibiotics. And they can sell their Alka-Seltzer cold and flu medicines and their Tylenol cold and flu medicines and all of those things.
Oh wow, what a shock. A chiropractor, generally considered a type of woo peddler, who doesn't trust pharmaceutical companies. I'm half expecting him to say next that you can stay healthy by regularly breathing pixie farts or something.
Germs do not make you sick. Your immune system dictates whether you're healthy or not.
And what is it that your immune system fights off to keep you from getting sick? Oh yeah, germs.
So, The smart thing to do is let's strengthen our immune systems. Let's go after the things that we know will make us stronger. Let's get adjusted.
Clearly you're working on the basis of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The problem with that idea, besides it making a lot more sense to simply avoid the problem than to suffer through it, is the metric crap ton of stuff out there that actually will kill you, especially if you're a kid. Side note, anybody else catch the irony in a chiropractor suggesting getting adjusted?
Let's let our kids get in the dirt and play and not have a sterile environment where they're never exposed to any germs and their immune system never has to work. Let's let our kids get sick when they're younger, get the little colds and flus and let their bodies fight it off, because if they fight things off, now they become stronger and they won't catch those things in the future. So get the germ theory out of your head, guys. Germs don't make you sick.
Is that so? Putting aside all the stuff that can cause permanent disabilities up to and including no longer being among the living, please explain how the same person can have literally hundreds of colds over the course of a lifetime, sometimes 2 or 3 in the same year. Kind of shoots your idea in the foot, doesn't it?
Do I think we need to be clean? Of course. Do I think we need to sanitize things? Of course.
Well, if germs don't cause illnesses, then why would steps taken to minimize or eliminate them still be necessary? Didn't think about that one, did you?
However, the germ theory is still a theory 160 years later.
Nuts, anyone?
For the two of you who still don't understand this, if a scientific theory is still in common use, it's because all of the available data supports that theory. In other words, it's as close to proven as science can get. A couple of theories that were disproven and thus are no longer in use include phlogiston theory, which was replaced by oxygen theory, and the theory of vitalism, which was replaced by a handful of theories, including germ theory.
Let's start thinking common sense. Common sense health means let's strengthen our immune systems. Let's do the things we know that can keep us healthy and make us healthy.
First of all, the vast majority of us already do, including those steps that are suggested by various fields associated with, you guessed it, germ theory. Secondly, after watching your video, I think I can safely say that you wouldn't know common sense if it hit you in the head with a 2x4. Any rate, thankfully, we're done with this idiot. But before we get out of here, be sure to show some love and throw some money if you got it at the creator of this month's art piece. Link in the description as usual. Well, until next time, folks, love you bunches, and as always, stay sane, everybody. Smoochies! If you like what I do, but want to see somebody do it way better, be sure to check out Sir Sick, the Social Inequality Crusader. Links in the description below. And tell him Susie sent you.